What it do, people? Welcome back to episode 3 of 5 of the Best Deck series, a series where I take one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh decks, take it to locals, and try to go undefeated with it to prove that the deck that I'm playing is the best fucking deck, you know what I'm saying? So last time we did this, SP Little Knight literally just came out, and I tried to play around it, and it didn't fucking work. This time, it's a new format, the fire decks are, up and running and shit. I'm going to try and beat them, but because it's a new format, I'm going to go as neutral as I possibly can with the deck. And let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, guys, so for the main deck, I'm on the triple Hikari to search my Adagnister spells, my triple Achichi to search my Adagnister monsters, 3 I Meet You to search my Adagnister monsters, and 3 Signet Mining to search my Adagnister monsters. I am then on the double Doyen to recycle my graveyard resources, the 1 Baruru to synchro summon and send my Donmari from deck to grave. Obviously the 1 Donmari to become an Omni Negate while I have my Link 6 guy on the field. The 1 Hayari as an extender, also to search my Gachiri, and if you don't know what Gachiri does when it hits the graveyard, it can make any one of my monsters unaffected for 2 turns, so absolutely love this card. I am then on the triple Island just to be able to special summon a shit ton of times in a turn, the 1 Eye Contact to draw 3, and the 1 Terraforming to search my island, the 1 Fighting Spirit to respawn my Adagnisters, and the 1 Idle Reborn to also respawn my Adagnisters. I'm on the triple Imperm to just negate anything on the field, triple Effect Veiler just as the, 6 copies of Imperm, just negating more monsters, triple Ash. I realize how, how risky it is to run this card in this format, but I think it's so worth it, especially because I'm not going to be playing against fire decks every time. And it's also just a good counter to rogue decks as well as these cards too, so we're getting a little toxic here. I'm on the triple Droll to stop my opponent from searching, really good against the fire decks, and triple Nibiru just to stop those Wombo combo decks, also pretty good against the fire decks. And you might be wondering, well, this thing is not a Cybers and you're mainly running Cybers monsters. Well, that's why you're going to see the extra deck. I have ways to play around dropping a Nibiru on my opponent and giving myself a rock, because normally in Cybers decks you kind of get fucked that way, but don't worry, we have ways to play around that. Okay, so for the extra deck, I'm obviously on the double Dark Infant to search my field spell, 1 Cybers Wicked to search my Baruru, the 1 Dark Templar to set up my big boss monsters, obviously the 1 Arrival Cybers Adagnister. It's my Link 6, it's an unaffected tower, beautiful card, love this thing to this day. The 1 Light Dragon Adagnister to help break my opponent's board, to protect my monsters, all that good stuff, and the 1 Wind Pegasus to help break my opponent's board. This time around, I'm on the 1 Protect Code Talker, since I am actually running the Firewall Dragon Singularity. But yeah, this thing is a free special summon it, and it protects your Link 4 or higher monsters from targeting, which is really nice. The 1 Heat Soul to be able to search my Baruru, but also, the free draw is also really cool. The 1 Transcode Talker to search my Gachiri and to respawn my monsters, also to set up for Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker lets me search Doyen with I Meet You, and it's also just a game-winning card. You summon this thing, your opponent can't respond to its effects, break their board, attack for game, it's nuts. This time around, I'm on the 1 Splash Mage just to help respawn my monsters, and actually I'm on the 1 IP Masquerena. So the reason I'm running the Masquerena is because I am running the Nibiru, right? I drop the rock onto my field and a rock on my opponent's field, right? And most of these cards require Cybers monsters to get my combo going. Well, I just use the Nibiru on my field and another Cybers monster that I summon to make Masquerena, and then I just go on with my combos from there. So this is my way to not just straight up lose when I Nibiru someone. I'm then on the 1 Mech Knight Crusadia Abramax, and this is here because if I get drolled, which is probably going to happen, I need some sort of way to play the game and still be safe. If I make Crusadia Abramax, my opponent can't target it with card effects. If I make it with the Masquerena, it can't be destroyed by card effects, which is really nice. If my opponent attacks it, this thing is just going to gain enough attack to beat over the card that they're attacking with, so it can't be destroyed by battle. And if it does leave the field, I get to shuffle a card on the field back into the deck. So I needed a way to play around Droll, because this is super easy to make with Transcode Talker and whatnot, and overall, this card is not a bad backup plan, not gonna lie. Of course, I'm on the 1 Firewall Dragon Singularity, just because this thing lets me bounce back cards. Also because I run Xyz and Synchros in the extra deck. And if I make this, I get the negate off of the Donmari. And yeah, just being able to bounce back my opponent's cards is really nice. And then this paired with the Protect Code Talker, making it untargetable, that's also pretty cool. Because the format is still pretty new, I'm kind of struggling on what to put in my side deck, but I kind of have some good counters, and let me just show you what I mean. So because a lot of people are going to be running Herald of the Abyss to break, you know, tower monsters like my Arrival at Ignister, I am on the anti-spell. You just flip this, your opponent can't use their Herald of the Abyss, and yeah, you're pretty much chilling from there. I'm on the one Harpy's Feather Duster, as well as the double Cosmic Cyclone, just to be able to stop those back row decks. Triple Ghost Ogre, really good against the Horus deck, really good against field spells, really good against IP Masquerena, because if they use Masquerena, you just chain Ogre, and then their thing gets destroyed, and then they have nothing to link off with, so also pretty good against the fire decks. Triple Curl for the graveyard decks, as well as Transaction Rollback, and then triple Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, just to, you know, prevent some graveyard shenanigans. Really quick, I just want to say, I came to the church, and I came here to pray for my opponents. Yeah, I gotta pray for my opponents, because I'm gonna fuck them up, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. The spicy pasta for me, little vino, and that for my wife. Carbonara, yeah, that's what it is. I'm not gonna lie to you, the venue was pretty much jam-packed. There was no room to set up my tripod anywhere. This was the most stacked, most packed locals I've ever attended. It was insane, so I couldn't really get footage. I will do a recreation, and I did take notes of every single, you know, match that happened and every single one of my starting hands. So this is gonna be a little recreation, okay? So round one, game one, this is against Branded. And this is my opening hand. I opened a Chi-Chi, Nibiru, Valor, Imperm, and Ash, okay? Dude was playing cross out. So everything I was trying to ash, you know, like I tried ashing the Branded Fusion, I got fucked. He played through my Imperm, he played through my Valor, he even ended up playing through a Nib. But this is only because I had only one starter, right? So I hand trapped the living shit out of him. He made somewhat of a board. I went to do and make my board. I got hand trapped. And on the following turn, because Branded is so good at just recycling its resources and whatnot, I got out-resourced. So that's pretty much what happened round one, game one. For round one, game two, this is what I opened. I had a Droll, and I essentially opened full combo with extenders. It was insane. So I was able to just go ahead, use all of these guys, you know, everything in my arsenal to make the Rival Cyber at Ignister at 4K attack. And yeah, my opponent could not play through it, especially with my Droll. I Drolled him. I know Branded doesn't lose to Droll that much, but it still hits them. I Drolled him. He wasn't able to break this guy here because he's unaffected by card effects. And that was it. That was round one, game two. So round one, game three, I opened not the best hand. I did open up these two hand traps here, but the reason I say not the best hand is because these two hand traps were not enough. He played right through them. He ended up on his Branded monsters, whatever, but what really fucked me was the Sanctifier Dragon into the Gimmick Puppet. So I got Gimmick Puppet locked, and I just couldn't play the game, and on the following turn, the guy killed me. So round one against Branded is a loss. So round two, game one is against Flu Wanderies. He wins the die roll, he goes first. I opened up the nuts here, as you can see. I impermed his Robina, whatever. I Valored his Eaglin. I even ended up hitting him with the Droll lock, so he couldn't search anymore, which really hit him hard. But on the following turn, this guy must have been playing a lot of hand traps too, because he was interrupting everything. He interrupted Picari, he even interrupted Dark Infant. But I was able to somewhat play through that, and with these cards, I was able to end on Mechanite Crusadia Avermax, and he wasn't really able to play around it. But it ended up being, he made two of the Empen birds, and he was just able to kill me with his Empen birds, bro, and there was nothing I could do. So I lost round two, game one. So for round two, game two, I sided out the Nibiru for the Ghost Ogre so that I can hit his field spell. So, yee. So for round two, game two, I opened up double Ghost Ogre, a Valor, and a Chi-Chi, and an Imichu. This alone is full combo. I was able to pretty much set up a... With these two cards here, I was able to just make the Arrival Cybersat Ignister at around 4K attack. And my opponent really doesn't have an out to this. And even if they did, my hand traps were too much. I mean, I Valored their Robina, which was pretty much enough to stop his turn. He did try and go ahead and use his field spell, but I ogred it, and there was nothing he can do. On the follow-up turn, I just made an access code talker to get here, and I was able to just kill him for game. So for round 2, game 3, I did take the win. I mean, I opened up Droll and Imperm. He went first. I was able to get rid of his Robina. I did Droll lock him. And with this hand alone, as usual, I was able to make the Arrival Cybers at Ignister, unaffected tower. I mean, this thing is posing a huge threat, this format. But yeah, like with these 3 cards, I was able to make this. I hit him with these. He did try to use Dimension Shifter on me, but we already had cards in the graveyard, and I think, honestly, if he did do that, he would have won. But, you know, it's a learning experience, right? But anyway, with these 3 cards, I was able to go full combo, and I was able to take game. So I took round 2 against Fluanderies. So for round 3 and round 4, I'm just going to quickly go over what happened because the exact same thing happened. One was against Fire King Snake Eyes, one was against Pure Snake Eye, okay? Both games, I got absolutely demolished. I was not able to take a single game out of those rounds. I was able to go full combo and make Arrival. They were able to play through so many hand traps, dude. I can't even tell you how many. Like, all of my hand traps. They were just able to play completely through them. Both rounds, I lost 2-0, and this guy just wasn't enough. But, I have the perfect in-engine counter for these stupid fucking fire decks. And let me show you what I mean. This beautiful fucking bastard right here, AIQ, is a searchable floodgate that directly counters the fire decks. Let me explain. Let me just read you the effect. Each player can only link summon a monster once per turn while this card is face up on the field. Tell me. What do the fire decks do? Oh, they link spam the living fuck out of you, so they cannot do this shit with AIQ. I am going to be main decking this in the future. I am main decking this next episode, and we're gonna absolutely demolish these fire decks. Trust me. It's over. I'm fucking winning next episode. I'm calling it right now. Okay, well, that being said, you know, I didn't go to locals. I still won some packs, even though I only won 1 match out of the 4. I got Phantom Nightmare because this probably is the best bang for your buck right now. I'm not even sure what the most expensive cards are in here, but all I know is that there's a lot. And yeah, I got a free OTS 24, so let's start with the OTS since there's less cards in it. And I'm wondering if I can use any of these cards in my deck. I don't know what the ratio is here, so I got Shavara, might be worth something, Magispector, Tornado, and what the fuck is this thing? Visor Shock. Okay, let's go ahead, open up this bad boy here, Phantom Nightmare. Again, I don't know the card trick. I'm just gonna assume it's 3 to the back, right? I don't know, we'll see. Eternal Favorite, Goblin's Crazy Beast. This thing is sick, dude. Raid Raptor Boost, Roost, whatever. Prayers of the Voiceless Voice. Oh, look at this fucker. Master of Ham. That's fucking cute, dude. Dramatic Snake Eye Chase. This might be worth something. I don't know. White Sunfish and Iron Thunder. Secret Rare. That's pretty cool. And then, whatever the fuck this is. Karibo thing. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Follow the social links down below in the description. Join the Discord because, you know, we game and I want to game with y'all. And I hope you're prepared. The God card next week or whenever I upload next. AIQ. This thing is going to murder the fire decks. I promise you. Make sure to leave a like, comment, hit that bell, all that good stuff. And yeah, see ya.